you doing?
What's going on?
3110.
Yep.
Okay.
Steady, are you ready?
Got exciting plans this weekend?
2
months. Yeah, what are you guys gonna do?
We said we'll make pizza tonight.
Okay.
Switch it up.
Yeah. Have you made homemade pizzas before?
I have not. My aunts, they have, but they make like a healthy version of that.
Okay. Yeah. We make homemade pizzas at home quite a bit. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I like barbecue chicken. I like slice some chicken breast, you like grill it or pan sear it and then slice it, and some bacon and some red onions. And you take half barbecue sauce and half pizza sauce and mix it together. And then like mozzarella cheese. That's probably my favorite that we've made. Okay. You guys both like to cook?
She does not.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. What's your specialty?
Recently, I've been making jerk chicken, roasted chicken. Kind of like a more Jamaican dish, but eat it up throughout the whole Caribbean. So.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I like to do a lot of pasta, some spaghettis, and different variations of.
Okay.
I guess ground beef, sausage.
Cool. I like to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the main cook in our house. Yeah.
Your specialty, you say?
Yeah. Man, so I like to barbecue a lot. I smoke ribs and briskets and stuff like that quite a bit. Like when we move to a new house, whenever we move to a new house, that's like one of the first things that's important for me is to build a smoker because I make them out of brick and stuff. And so yeah, smoking is probably top. And then I have this seafood pasta dish that I make. We take shrimp and scallops. Sometimes we put crawfish in it. Gar. My son and I spearfish in the river, and we get gar. You know what a gar is? Gar is a big, long. It's like an alligator with no arms or legs, pretty much. It's got a long snout with like hundreds of little needle point teeth. We catch gar, and then we use gar meat, and the gar meat is like identical to alligator meat. Like you can't tell the difference. I use a wok, a big huge wok, and fry all of that up in butter and bacon. Then add in, we usually use bow tie pasta, then like an Alfredo sauce with shallots or green onions and Tabasco. So that's the one that I make a lot. Yeah. My wife doesn't like seafood, but she likes that for some reason. Like it's got a little bit of everything. It's good.
That's fair.
And I'm trying to think what else, man. We got a big family, so we make a lot of the usual like enchiladas and lasagnas and meatloaf and all of that good stuff. I was 19 when we got married, and I was still like newly an adult and figuring out like life and stuff. Why has it got me turning here? That can't be right.
Yeah, I always wondered, like every time I go home, like,
Sure.
we go to the
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I like meatloaf and those like comfort meals, I guess. You will.
Yeah.
They have its place for sure.
Yeah, we eat lots of spaghetti. I'm trying to think. I ran a restaurant for several years. I worked in ministry, and the ministry that I worked for was a youth ministry. We worked with like at-risk kids and stuff, and we had a work program for kids that were like getting out of being incarcerated and off probation and stuff like that. And so we had a cafe where we would train them to cook and wait on tables and all that stuff so that they could be job ready, you know. And so I implemented a lot of the menu and stuff in that, and that was a lot of fun. We had when I first started doing it, we had like a different theme each day. I think, if I remember right, I think we were closed on Mondays, and then Tuesdays we had Italian on Tuesdays, so we did Italian food on Tuesdays. Wednesdays we called it Wichita Wednesdays, but it was just like American food, like, you know, off of the grill, like chicken wings and burgers and stuff like that. And Thursdays was Tex-Mex Thursdays, so we did Navajo tacos and burritos and enchiladas. And then it was Southern Fried Fridays. We did pork chops and catfish and greens and what are you doing? And then we had Smoking Saturdays where it was all barbecue. So
That's one thing I never really got to learn how to do with barbecue. I would say learn how to do it. I think I just never did it.
yeah. I love it, man. It's one of those things, like, there's a few things I do. I'm an outdoors guy, and so there's some things that I do that, like, I feel like it's real, I don't really know how to explain it. It awakens this, like, primalness in you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially as a guy. Like, I go hunting and fishing and stuff, but, like, it's probably 5 years ago I started spearfishing. And it wasn't even something that I really, like, planned. I was working a lot, and I only had a few days out of the summer to go fishing, and I was always used to fishing for catfish. And there were certain places in the river that were really good for catfish, but the gar were, like, the way that the gar's snout is, it doesn't have hardly any soft tissue on its snout. It's just this big bony snout, and so they can clean your hooks off without getting the hook stuck in their mouth. So basically all I was doing every day I went fishing was feeding gar, because they were stealing all my catfish bait. And I started getting mad. I'm like, well, I got to start killing these gar. And all the guys that I saw that were catching gar were shooting them with a bow fishing. But their bow fishing equipment was like $300 or $400, and I didn't have that to go buying a whole bunch of new equipment just so I could kill gar, just so I could catch catfish, you know. So I thought of the next best thing. I was like, well, if I make a spear, I could probably just start stabbing them. And that's what I did. And gar are really, really cool. They have a dual breathing system where they can't. It's a defect in them that they can't oxygenate the water when it gets really, really hot. So like when it gets past like 80 degrees, they have to come up for air. They have like lungs, like a dual breathing system. They have gills, but they also can suck air off the surface. So when it gets really hot, if you go out to the river, you see gar coming up like dolphins. Like they'll come up and take a breath. And so I figured it out that was the best way to get them, is if you go stand, you know, in shallow water and you know where they are, eventually they come up and you stab them with the spear. And they fight, and you know they can be kind of dangerous with all their teeth and stuff. And I've gotten bit and all kinds of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And so being able to go like catch something and kill it and then cook it and feed it to your family, like it's this like all complete, you know, I don't know, it's just like everything comes full circle. Yeah, all of that, man, all of that. And I've had a lot of friends that I've taken out to do it, and every one of them, they're just like, man, I have to do this the rest of my life. This is like the most amazing thing.
I was just gonna ask if you usually have people like outside your family come over to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually started like a campaign, like even online in all these fishing groups and cooking groups and stuff to try to get more people to eat more gar, because there's a lot of misconceptions about them. A lot of people don't eat them, and they don't target them because they're considered a trash fish or an undesirable fish. They're not like sought after like a bass or even catfish, so people don't go out intentionally to get them. They're considered like a nuisance, but they taste really good. And so I was just trying to get, so I'd make videos and go out there and spearfish and try to get other people involved and all of that to just kind of get more people killing them, because and the whole goal for me was to be able to catch catfish, because
So that started.
yeah, like we still got to get rid of all these damn gar, they're still out here blocking the catfish. Well, man, I hope you have a good anniversary